Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Dream Team Tonic deadline stream with myself and Tony. How you doing on this rainy morning?
I'm all right, mate. It's not raining up here.
What? How can we have rain
Yeah.
in sunny old Essex and you've not got it for a change?
I mean, there has been a bit of rain, but it's not raining right now.
Yeah, I'd hear it on your conservatory if there was.
That's it. That's it.
Good morning, everyone. It looks like it's going to be possibly a shaky one or an entertaining one because.
Yeah.
As always, we're waiting. It's international break, isn't it? It always happens, but we're waiting on some Saka injury news potentially. My first thought is that he's going to be okay still. Are you thinking the same?
He's always all right, isn't he?
He's always all right, and every time though we say that we know he's going to be all right, but then the nearer it gets to the deadline,
yeah,
I get shaky.
One thing is, obviously, I've got Saka and Havertz, so they've both got flags on them. The only thing I'm holding them both.
Yeah.
The only thing that I wouldn't probably do is play my goal boost on 2 flags.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think they both play.
I'm sure we'll have a few goal bonus questions in the chat. Seems like it's fairly popular. 170 people in already. So if you could leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're not already, and we'll get straight into the questions. So Brenton James up first. Cash and Foden or Johnson and Maddison as a pair. We don't know who's coming out, but just as a pair, would you prefer?
For minutes, Cash and Foden. I know Cash played 90 minutes last week against United before international break. He's obviously had the international break to brush up on his fitness after a bit of a layoff. Konza is fit though, so it does put a little bit of doubt on whether is it Carlos holds his place and Konza plays right back.
Yeah.
But I like Cash and Foden for the minutes. Johnson and Maddison, I'd probably just go for one and hope they play in the in Europe in midweek because as we've seen, whoever we bring in Spurs wise, usually is the one that sits on the bench.
You'd imagine City. You imagine Foden and Cash, Villa and City seem to go. I know they do rotate a little bit, City, but they normally do play their best players in both. Whereas Spurs have been messing about, haven't they, in Europe? Even though they have got a tougher game. So I'm going to say Cash and Foden because they're my two transfers in as we stand. So I've got to vote for that, really. Mark Simpson, who would you take out for Foden? Options are Rodgers, Tielemans, or Solanke. I'm taking out Rodgers, if that helps, if you've got the budget to do it. Tielemans or Solanke?
Yeah, I'd keep Solanke.
I would.
Even though Rodgers and Tielemans probably get more minutes. Gun to head, I'd take out Tielemans.
Yeah. The thing if you take out Tielemans is that you're going to have more money to spend, aren't you? Like Rodgers, it's not that easy to find someone that's a enabler of Rodgers' quality. 2008, Benji, morning chaps. Front three of Haaland, Salah, and Duran. This week, plan on subbing Duran for Havertz. Do I play it safe and go for Solanke or Maddison instead? You've currently got Havertz.
Yeah. And he's due a rise as well, I guess. I think he got 10 points last week. I think Havertz plays. So on the back of me thinking he plays against Bournemouth and starts, he'll play both, barring any red card or injury. But I just think minutes-wise, and I'd go for Havertz.
I'd go Solanke. Only because I think in your scenario, I think you definitely keep Havertz, and hope that he plays. But I do think he does play, but I think I wouldn't risk bringing in someone that is flagged just in case. But I did a Arsenal pod yesterday, Arsenal bite-sized pod. It was called with Clayton, and we both thought that Havertz would end up starting. So if you really want Havertz, I'd go that way. But if you wanted to be a bit safer, maybe Solanke. And then one for me. Pick only one. A top 5 dream team finish this season, or Arsenal win the league. If it was a first place finish in dream team, I think I'd take that. But anything else, Arsenal win the league. I think. Was it £1,000 for everyone else?
Yeah.
I'd pay £1,000 for Arsenal to win the league.
Yeah, definitely.
Joe McKenzie, is Saka fit? Because I'm thinking Trent for Saka. And then I don't know whether to take out Madueke or Solanke.
See, therein lies the risk. If you don't have Saka, I don't think there's a lot of people without Saka, to be honest. But Trent to Saka could be dangerous.
I mean, I guess it's the same scenario. I think Saka is gonna. I do think Saka is gonna be okay, but I just wouldn't want to bring in a player with that amount of doubt. If you've got someone like Trent who you know is going to start too.
Yeah.
It's maybe easy to say when you've got Saka already, but I feel like if you've gone this far without Saka now
isn't the time to bring him in, is it?
Don't bring him in if he's a doubt, maybe. I'd rather have Solanke than Madueke this week as well, personally. I think better chance for 2 games, isn't it?
Yeah.
Amelia, who I found out yesterday is Aston Villa fan, gave us a bit of help when I was talking about Matty Cash. A couple of Villa fans pop up, actually. Helpful crowd. Which back 3 would you prefer? Trent, Calafiori, Vardiol, or Lewis, Porro, and Vardiol?
I like both of them. They're both good combinations. Trent's nailed. Vardiol's pretty nailed. Lewis seems nailed. Either side at the minute, but you'd expect him to get a rest soon, wouldn't you? Go on, Scott. I'll let you take that one. It's tricky.
I like Lewis, Porro, and Vardiol just because I think with the Trent money, with people like Foden popping up, Palmer maybe wanted for next week. I think you can use that sort of 6 million-ish better on an attacking player. I was looking at points per million the other day as well. Someone asked me, did I think Trent was worth the money? And actual points per million, Porro was doing better than Trent for like value. Obviously, Trent's the highest scoring defender, but I think you've got to compare him to the mids.
Yeah.
And the fixtures get a little bit harder now for Liverpool.
There is that. He's scoring well, though.
Yeah.
So if he isn't stopping you, have somebody in your side that you want, I think you just hold him. I mean, I would at 6.2 million. What is he? 0.3 more expensive than Foden. I don't mind the tricky. I don't mind the tricky fixtures either. I don't really mind it because you're not getting him for a clean sheet.
Yeah, I just think budget out of the equation, you probably would go Trent because like Porro's not keeping many clean sheets at all, and you expect that they'll at least be a bit more sturdy Liverpool. But I was just thinking of it if you look at the Liverpool fixtures and you don't see them keeping clean sheets against Chelsea, Leipzig, Arsenal,
yeah,
then what you need from Trent is to match a Foden, a Palmer's attacking returns, don't you? If they're not going to get a clean sheet, and I don't know if he will or not, but he gets plenty.
But then you've always got like say with Aston Villa, Bayern, you never expected a clean sheet.
Yeah, true.
But if you've got the likes of Digne who do all right in an attacking sense and a tackle sense and bonus points and stuff, they're not too bad. Foden doesn't have the backup of a clean sheet if he doesn't score or assist, whereas Trent does. So you could see it that way as well as like where Trent plays. Obviously, he's not as high as Foden and he's not as attacking as Foden, so it's never going to be a straight comparison. But there is pros and cons to both. I don't think he'll be my mate weight when I'm trying to get to Palmer and Palmer possibly 12-man next week. Foden, I think my mate weight for Foden is probably Vardy at 4.9.
Downgrade him.
He's going to go down this week. Foden, is he going to drop a little bit?
I just love the City fixtures at the minute.
But,
I mean, without
they've got
Rodri,
2
though,
fun fixtures.
Without Rodri, they are a little bit more shaky at the back.
Yeah, it's a tricky one this week. Really tricky.
Billy Symes, hello lads. Any news on Saka, Havertz, and Timber injuries? No, I'll quickly run through the Arsenal injury sort of scenario because there'll be a lot of questions and we don't know the answers. We don't. Arteta's never going to tell you if any of them are playing. But when he was asked, Havertz, Saka, Timber, White, it was all, we'll wait and see how they train tomorrow. And then Martinelli, he said the same thing, but he also said, we'll have to decide whether or not we want to risk him. He only came back from international duty yesterday. So he sounded a little less sure on Martinelli, I think. But yeah, we had people camping outside Bournemouth's ground last night, recording the players coming in, and I don't think Saka was seen, but there was a few people with hoods up, and people were trying to like decide who had the hoods up or not. But I mean, I've watched it, and I can't tell. So we're going to be waiting right until the very end. I'm not going to take Saka out unless I see someone say he's definitely not starting. He's definitely not with the team. I think even if I saw that he was like available but not starting, I think I'd still keep him. What do you think you'd do in a double?
I'm not sure, mate.
I think out of your lot
tricky.
there, Saka, Havertz, Timber's the one that I'd be the most worried about, I feel like.
Yeah, definitely. It's Arteta. He should be made to tell the truth. I just think they start.
Should be made to tell the truth. Stick one of those lie detectors on him every press conference.
Honestly, it's frustrating. Do you know he's not the only one at it though? It's the same, isn't it?
And why
manager at it nowadays?
Why should you really just to entertain us? Just to entertain the fantasy managers. Heath Robson, Ultimate 11, no budget. You just go
Heath. That's one for pod. That
one for pod. We'll look out if you've got one for your team. We'll be here all day otherwise.
I'll give you one tip though, but City heavy. City and Arsenal have the best fixtures.
Yeah, City Arsenal. I like Foden this week. I think I've said it 1,000 times. If not playing, goal bonus this week. When's best to play it? Current double Prem games seem to contain tough fixtures. Neither of us are playing it. I liked the look of game week 16, which had all Prem. Yeah. But a couple of days ago, there were some fixture changes due to the Christmas schedule, and they moved Arsenal out of the double into the week after. I think they moved a couple of other teams, and it sort of put me off a little bit. So I think I might just wait until we get a bit more information on the fixtures.
Yeah. I have my eye on 16, which obviously throws a little bit of doubt into what I'm doing in regards to the goal boost. But I'm not in a rush to use it as of yet. I say what I said on previous pods. I don't think it's as powerful as the Park the Bus, unless obviously you captain Palmer in a single and he scores 4 goals. Weirdly, but yeah, not this week for me. I will be looking for a double Prem. 13's pretty tricky because you got City, Liverpool playing each other, but there's some more further on down the line, so I'll be keeping an eye out for
that. Morning, Mr. H, saying smash that like button if you do. Help us out. Morning to Gregory. He's glad that the Prem's back. Chris Roy, morning chaps. Porro and Maddison or Tielemans and Lewis. Worried about having 3 Spurs, but think they play the harder European fixture. Worried about Lewis minutes will reduce with Ake back. I don't think. I'm more worried about Vardiol with Ake off that left.
Yeah, I agree. Really do think that Lewis has been. I think Lewis has been bedded into the team this year. He's playing a hell of a lot of minutes, a lot of positions, even when they're bringing Walker on or Vardiol. He's very much in favour. So, as I said in my article for the Hub, I think Lewis is probably the best defensive option for City at the minute, and he also gives you a great outlet going forward because he's very, very, very attacking. His touches in the box is quite something to see, but
that's hard. That is hard still. I think I would go Tielemans Lewis.
Tielemans Lewis is just safe for the minutes.
It's nice.
Sounds weird. You just know Lewis is getting benched, don't you?
Yeah, it's a nice. It is a nice week for Spurs, but I've hopped around Spurs, and I had Porro because I wanted him to double in Europe, but then he didn't double in Europe, so I took him out, and then once I took him out, he did double in Europe, and you'll probably keep him for Europe, and he won't play again. It's so hard.
That's the thing is they seem to be dipping him in and out, don't they? Each game and trying to, because we thought, Solanke's nailed for the European fixtures, but you just never can never tell.
And now
there's a tough fixture for them, so are they going to go stronger?
They have won all their games there so far as well, haven't they? So it's not like they're under much pressure. Robert L has got a dilemma. He's taking out McNeil. Fair play holding this amount of time, and Palmer, and bringing in Foden. He's not sure who else: Havertz, Johnson, or Son.
Well, he's got some good options there. To be fair, McNeil's got a nice fixture against Ipswich today, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's going down. I think he's going down, and then
is he going down in price?
You've got 2 single game weeks now for him compared to some that have got 2 doubles, isn't it?
Yeah, the danger is you go McNeil out and put Johnson in. You might only get the one from him, and McNeil could bang against Ipswich. Obviously, I like Johnson. I've got Johnson myself, and I'll be holding him. I possibly wouldn't bring him in because of the minutes thing in Europe. But Havertz, again, you've said, Scott, you wouldn't bring him in because he's flagged, but
he looks a good option there, though, don't he? I don't think Son.
Yeah, and he's going up.
Son's only just back from injury, so I doubt they'll throw him in for 2. Yeah. Probably would be Havertz, I think. Unless like next week you could do with having the money spare for someone else.
Yeah.
If you could pre-plan your move for next week, and you think you could be better off having Johnson. Johnson or Havertz, but wait for some more injury news, hopefully. Morning, Miss Noopy. Will Stenning. I have Lewis, Porro, and Trent looking to replace Porro to free up some money for next week. Do you think Calafiori, Digne, Cash, or Mazraoui? Or would you favour?
I like Calafiori, Digne, or Cash. I like all 3 of them. I think Digne is the safest minutes wise, and
yeah, we know how you feel about
Digne
United.
if you can. I'm not even touching on it.
Yeah, I wouldn't bring in Mazraoui. I'm bringing in Cash just because I think that price is very appealing, isn't it? 2.7 or 2.8.
Yeah, 2.7. I think he is.
Yeah, it's just what that extra money gets you, I think. But I think you can't go wrong with Calafiori, Digne, or Cash. I think where Arsenal are struggling on the right side with Timber, White, I think Calafiori's safe for now.
Yeah.
Adam, loved the last pod with James. I'm glad to hear it. Been mixed receptions, isn't it? Not on the actual pod, but whether or not they want to play that way.
Yeah, definitely.
I thought it was definitely an interesting one to listen to, though. And it probably won't go out of date if you do want to go back and listen to that one. There's quite a few bits that will be there or useful for the season.
Yeah.
Desperate to know if Saka's fit. Currently have goal bonus on, but very tempted to remove it. What's your thoughts? You give your thoughts and I'll look and see if there's any updates on Saka.
I think like myself, if you've got a couple of flags, I wouldn't be playing goal bonus. Especially as well, depending on, obviously I can't see your team, but depending on how many Spurs assets you've got, because obviously they are good assets at the minute. Kulusevski, Johnson, Solanke, they're well priced. Madison as well, well priced. But we don't know about the minutes. The guaranteed minutes aren't there for him at the minute. So if you were quite heavy Spurs, but you've got a couple of flags, I won't go anywhere near your goal bonus. I'd just leave it for another opportunity. Don't be like feared into it, FOMO. Don't play it when it's right for your team, not when everybody else is playing it, because everybody else obviously might be very well set for it.
That's the only thing. The only thing that sort of making me feel a bit missing out on the goal bonus is I do think could be the best week for Haaland as your captain.
Yeah,
that's the only bit that's given me real FOMO. I'm not too worried about the rest of the team.
He scored a hell of a lot of goals against Wolves, hasn't he, Haaland?
Yeah.
And obviously they're leaking goals for fun.
I always keep messing up when I say it, but he's out of all the Premier League teams, Wolves is the team that he scored the most goals against.
Yeah,
I think it was 8 in 4 matches against them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not playing it, but we have got a lot in our Discord that sound like they're playing it, haven't we?
Yeah, it seems to be a popular option.
Nothing on Saka, to be honest with you. Twitter's just filled up with crap with people just talking nonsense about it, really. It's hard to cut through the noise, isn't it, sometimes? The leakers aren't leaking anything, though. Anyone tempted to use goal bonus? City and Arsenal, decent fixtures. We've just covered that, really. You could discuss it in the chat as well, because I'm sure a lot of people will be. But
yeah,
do we think Ben is? I think Ben is, isn't he? I think Ben's playing his.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
Whether that's changed, I don't know, but
I'm pretty sure Ben is playing his. But yeah, me and Tony are saving it. Martin Hutchinson. He's replying to Robert there. Yep. Help each other out. All good.
That's it.
One player has scored more since Haaland game week 4, and he never played 90 minutes. Rashford. Look what you could do with the extra money.
Are you all right, Philip?
Phil.
Right. Who did he score his points against? He scored 21 points versus Barnsley and 11 points versus Southampton.
Yeah. Covered goal bonus. So morning Simon, morning Y, morning Gary. Simon's bought in Lewis for Timber and Johnson for Trossard. I do like Trossard, but it's going down. I think he'll have a good week. But I mean, if you need to budget build, then there's probably not too much in it. And that Lewis for Timber is a good move. Morning Matthew. Martin, wouldn't do goal bonus after an international break. Rather play it when teams are in full swing. You can get for some funny results. Just ask Liverpool. Yeah, Liverpool lost 1-0 to Forest, didn't they, after the last international break?
Yeah.
That's the weird one with this Liverpool-Chelsea game. Like I've got Palmer and I think I'm going to keep him now. But all week I've said I've got Palmer and everyone's like, oh, why you got Palmer? Liverpool's a terrible game for Palmer. And then you go to put Kelleher in and everyone's going, wouldn't put Kelleher in. They've got Chelsea.
Yeah.
Which one is it? Who's going to... If Kelleher's conceding, it's probably Palmer.
I mean, there's still plenty of points to be had. Again, it's not just about goals and keep clean sheets anymore.
There was that Carabao Cup game, Liverpool-Chelsea. I think Liverpool ended up winning it with that Virgil header.
Yeah, the extra time header. Yeah.
I had to look back, and I think Palmer had something like 6 shots on target or 5 shots on target, and he come away with like a haul, but no goals, no assists.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing, is it's possible. People, like players that are hitting 10, 11 points without a goal, an assist, they're just getting some tackles, the minutes, some play performance marks. It's just how it is now, the game. So it's not as scary holding players through tricky fixtures.
Romero, Martinelli for Cash and Johnson, or Palmer and Onana for Foden and Johnson. Oh, you're not getting Foden, are you, this week? You're gonna wait.
He's sat in my team right now. I've had a few clicks around, but on the back of, so I want rid of Kulusevski because his price drop and the minutes. So if I had to get Foden, it leaves me. It'd be Vardiol and Kulusevski out for Foden in, and hold this, Ethan Pinnock against United.
Really?
Yeah, and that's just a kind of monster. There's no
bloody hell,
no strong in there. He's got a double next week against Ipswich and Sheff Wednesday. He's going up in price this week. I'm trying to look at it as like Kulusevski might not play too, so I might not be losing out on the fixture.
And then move
it's my only route to Foden is Vardiol, or I could leave Kulusevski in, take Rodgers out, put Foden in, and put Matty Cash at back. So it'd be Cash and Foden in for Rodgers and Vardiol.
I think I like that more, but not particularly comfortable losing Vardiol. Let's sort Joseph out. Romero and Martinelli for Cash and Johnson. I'd go Foden and Johnson.
Yeah, Martinelli injury doubt. Romero plays most games, doesn't he? He's one of them. You took the question off.
I don't know. I did that. I didn't mean to click that.
Messing me up. I feel all Kamala Harris now without me auto cue.
Yeah, same. Where was it? Timber, Martinelli out, Calafiori and Bernardo Silva in. Yeah, I mean, Bernardo might only get one, but I don't mind it. If you've got the money, I would prefer Doku.
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah.
Morning, Connor. Lads, can you give a shout out to Inter Dream Team, lads? They wrapped up their pod a couple of days back. Loved watching it. Their content alongside yours. Yeah. Shout out. Inter Dream Team. Martin Hutchinson, Palmer and Onana for Foden and Johnson. Looks to be a good move. Yeah. We just done that, didn't we? I'm going mad here. We just done this question. Yeah. Chris Morgan, stick with Saka and Havertz. Too much of a risk. Also chances of Johnson playing with both games. I'll stick with, we've not heard anything. I feel like they're going to be all right. Yeah. I feel like you'd have to be so unlucky if both were out. No one knows anything anymore. Do you remember doing these last season? And you could easily just refresh and you had all the team news. But this deadline change has ballsed it up, isn't it, really? There's nothing on Saka that I've seen. No. Let me know if you've seen different online and we've missed it. Let us know. But not seen anything else. Need to get rid of my Crystal Palace players. Munoz to Vardiol and Henderson to Kelleher, or keep either one and transfer out Rashford to a better striker midfielder. No, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
No issues with that. Martinelli for Maddison. If Maddison's the one you're bringing in, I'll do it.
Yeah. That way around. Not Martinelli in for Maddison.
Yeah, no. We don't know if Martinelli's fit. They saw him walking in with the team last night, so he's with the squad. Whether or not he starts or not, those are a different matter. I've got a feeling Sterling's going to start. And I'm sure there's a lot of you that aren't going to want to hear that, but it's just a hunch. I just feel like it's going to happen. Your mate Daniel saying, "Turn the heating on." You look like you're in Home Alone.
Yeah, I did actually. When I put that on, I said, "Harry, I've reached the top."
Dan, not sure if I should take Timber out this week. I think I would swap him for a Lewis if you haven't got Lewis already. Is Saka fit? We don't know. Nobody tells us nothing. I keep refreshing. Nothing's coming up on Saka. So as it stands, I'm just going to keep him. Are you?
Yeah, I'm not touching him. Staying.
Savinho and Rashford.
Nope. I have Savinho and Rashford. Savinho and Rashford. Well, I'd get rid. Obviously, I don't know your budget, so. But yeah, I'd probably move both of them on.
Trent and Rodgers for. I don't know. I'd keep them too. I think. As in for subs, I already have 3 at the back, including Vardio. I'd gamble and I'd keep them. I think the fixtures are okay.
Are you saying Rashford keep?
Yeah. It'll smash Pinnock, I reckon.
I think that's what's tempting me to have Pinnock, just so I can get the clean sheet.
No, I actually don't mind, especially Savinho. I quite like the look of Savinho, especially Southampton next week. I think if you can get lucky and end up Southampton and Wolves, he could be in.
Yeah.
Trent and Rodgers for Foden and Digne. No arguments for that for me.
Trent and Diaz to Foden, Digne. Yeah, I like that. If you're after Foden, that's your only way to get to him.
Sells to Kelleher. He's a no-brainer. I don't think there's any arguments with that. I am keeping Sells, but only because there's other stuff that I want to do. He was seen on the training or on his way to training or something yesterday, so I'm just going to hope that he's okay. Miss Noopy. I don't know if... Oh, hang on. Arrived at Bournemouth and spotted Havertz, Martinelli, White via FPL mate. I thought Miss Noopy was saying she was in Bournemouth then.
Everyone's there.
Kevin, what's happening with the Arsenal lads? Should I stick or sell? We're like 20 minutes from deadline and we've not heard anything concrete that anyone is out. So,
yeah,
I think I'd stick with them. The only one that I'd maybe be tempted to move is Martinelli, just because the talk of the risk. But he gets a price rise, and if he is rested, he's with the squad. So if he is rested, you think he probably plays midweek anyway, don't you?
Yeah, that's it.
Trent out for Lewis and Duran out for Son. That's a different one.
Yeah, I don't like the Son one. Obviously, come back from injury.
Yeah, where he's only just back up. I think I'd prefer Solanke.
Yeah.
Toonley.
That Spurs asset
is keeping Saka and Havertz, leaving them both in.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Yeah. I think it's solid. I want Tottenham and Man City. I think they have the best fixtures. Could do Solanke and Rico Lewis, or Solanke and Maddison, or Foden and Kulu. I wouldn't bring Kulu in for the drop, but would you bring him in if it meant you could have Foden?
Yeah, you're going to go with how you feel as well. If you're happy with your budget, you could take. I mean, Foden's probably going down as well. So
I think obviously staying the same. I think FF stuff.
Or is it? Is that what
yeah, I think it's saying 0.
Yeah.
The thing I'm thinking with Kulusevski, and it's different for me because I bought him in at the cheaper price, but I can't see that. I mean, he's going to drop to 2.7. How far can he really fall? I feel like if you drop to like 2.7 or even 2.5, I mean, you've got to be getting ones every week to then go even further back, haven't you? I feel like he's not going to like spiral down to 2 or anything. He's probably just going to linger somewhere between 2.5 and 3 the whole time. I don't think he'll lose up big time. I think he'll still outscore his price.
Yeah, definitely.
28 minutes to go. It goes quick. Can't decide on either Rashford, Tielemans, or Martinelli, Johnson, Solanke. The thing with Henderson, I would move Henderson out to Kelleher, but it's not the end of the world because he will play twice next week. They're not a very good defence, but if you want to prioritise elsewhere,
you've got to keep a doubling next week.
You want to take control of these questions quick, and I'll have another quick scout.
Right, I'll find out where we are.
We might need to quick fire.
15
minutes.
There we are. Mike Meakin is on 87 points. Good score. Thinking this week taking out Palmer and Tielemans and putting Foden and Doku, but currently have Smith from Bournemouth. And who's that in net?
That's the Brentford number 2. Doesn't play though. Might play cup.
I mean, I'd be scrambling to get Keller in there. Maybe look at getting your keeper sorted this week. Get Keller in while he's cheap. And yeah, I mean, I don't mind Foden and Doku. Well, City probably have the best fixtures out of anybody. Nice home game in Champions League and away to a very leaky Wolves. So yeah, get them City assets in. Kevin Poulter again. Saka and Havertz already in. Should I move on to players like Foden and Watkins to keep them? Keep them, Kev. That's I've got Havertz and Saka. They're staying in. Graham Brooks. Scott Tony wants to bring in Foden for Diaz, but needs to create some money. Do I go Vardio to Timber or Solanke to Brennan Johnson? Was taking out Solanke for Johnson, but getting nervous. It's quite sideways, that move, although Brennan Johnson should get a rise. I know you like keeping Vardio, don't you, Scott? And there's doubts over Timber, so...
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure if Timber starts or not, which is the worry.
Yeah. Tricky one, but Foden in for Diaz
as well. I do really want Foden. It's just whether or not you feel like you can wait a week for Foden or not, I guess.
Yeah. If we put it this way, choose Foden and Johnson versus Diaz and Solanke. Which do you choose?
Foden and Johnson, I think, just because I really want Foden.
Yeah, it's best way to put the question. Because I've probably got the same as that as well.
But I do really like Solanke. It's tough.
Veve, morning guys. I'm really not sure of transfers this week. Who would you take out? They've got Vicario, Trent, Lewis, Galafori, Trent again. They've got Trent in twice. Saka, Tielemans, Rodgers, and Boom or Howe and Salah.
Still nothing on Saka.
Got a situation.
That's what I'll take over.
Yeah, that's 1 second, mate.
All the guys not sure on transfers this week. Who would you take out? Vicario, Trent, Lewis, Calafiori, Trent, Saka, Tielemans. I don't know if you can afford it, but if you can afford to go Vicario to Kelleher and maybe upgrade Tielemans to Foden, I quite like that potentially. Or Tielemans maybe to Johnson, get a bit of budget there. All right, Salah, Rodgers out, Foden, Solanke in.
Right.
I don't particularly. All good? You right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm back to end, but
All
yeah,
right.
I'm needed.
If you need to go, just go.
Kids throwing up everywhere, all of them, all three of them.
Oh no, that'll be you as well soon. Then
Jesus, yeah, probably.
just go if you need to, mate.
No, you're right. I need to do my transfers. Kids will have to wait. Do you know what I mean? There's priorities in this house. The dream team comes first. They know it. I've reset my transfers. I can't now. I'm back to having Vardy and Kulusevski in my team.
FPL Sparta. All right, Salah, Rogers out, Foden, Solanke in. I'd be terrified taking out Salah, but what do you think on that one?
I can't touch Salah. No chance.
I really wouldn't want to take Salah out. I know the fixtures do get a bit harder, but he's such a big game player, even against Arsenal and the bigger teams.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd want to do it, but the Foden and Solanke in are decent. I don't think I can move Salah.
No, definitely not.
For my team, I'm taking out Calafiori for Matty Cash to make a bit of money. And then I'm taking Rogers out for Phil Foden this week. Does mean keeping Sells and keeping Palmer on single game weeks, but I feel like the difference in points isn't going to be worth the in and out transfer for me.
Yeah.
I'll quickly check Saka again, shall I? Hi, Scott and Tony. Do you think Timber to Calafiori is worth it because it allows Havertz to Foden? I would do that personally. I think.
Yeah, Calafiori
definitely going to be playing. Why is everyone booting Salah? I don't think many people will be booting Salah personally.
No.
Who would you keep, Rashford or Martinelli?
Well, see, that's a tricky one for me. Martinelli's obviously a doubt, so you've got to go for the minutes.
Yeah,
I'd get rid of both.
Is it bad to keep Sells even if he was injured? We just don't know. I can't believe this on Sells, by the way. That I waited for the press conference for Nottingham Forest and nobody asked it.
Yeah.
They asked, is there any fresh injury concerns? And he didn't mention Sells. Rogers out or McNeil out? I'd get McNeil out just for the two fixtures for one.
Yeah.
You know how that went for me. What to do with Diaz? Swap him out for Johnson, get the 0.3 price rise instead of the 0.3 drop. I feel like Diaz isn't going to start today. I'm only guessing. Oh no, tomorrow.
Yeah, I think you're pretty nailed that Johnson will start his first one. So, and obviously that's a 0.6 swing. It's quite a big chunk of cash, that.
10 minutes to the deadline. I really don't think we're going to hear anything on Saka now at this point.
No.
Or it's going to be one that's like too late to react to. I think.
Yeah. Where are we?
Morning, Nathan Wisby. Martinelli out. We don't know if he's out or not. I just have a hunch that he might not start this game, but he'll probably still be all right for the second one. So I don't think it's the end of the world. Anyone going against Captain Haaland? I didn't see. Has that captaincy poll come up? Oh yeah, it is.
I voted on it.
317 votes. 94% Erling Haaland for the captaincy. That's the biggest we've had, isn't it?
Hamstring goes 5 minutes in.
Oh, don't.
Get your captaincy on Saka.
Johnson in or Doku? Your man Doku.
I like Doku. Again, it's just minutes doubting it. Grealish is stealing some of his minutes at the moment. But I think you'll get a decent amount over the 2 games and could do damage. I think he came on and scored in his last one. I think he only played 20 odd minutes and got a goal and 9 points, or eight or 9 points. So I think he's actually going up in price this week. So yeah, good option, Doku.
I think I'm going to go for Doku next week. It's part of the reason why I'm keeping with Palmer and not doing the in and out, because I feel like if I just keep him, I've got an extra transfer that's not pre-allocated for next week, and I'd love to have a few City players going into that Southampton game. Might not definitely get it, but Spurs are a crap defence as well, aren't they?
Yeah, that's it.
Nearly 300 in here. Smash that like button, people. 7 minutes to go. Trent and Rashford out for Saka and D. Who's D? Digne. There we go.
Yeah, I would take Saka out.
Lego from the Discord. Right. His name's Jack. All right, Jack. All right, Lego. With the notorious
Afternoon, Jack. Morning, Jack.
Star chart. Plan is Foden and Havertz in this week based on the stats, based on the stars. Players out is Rashford and then the choice of Trent, Savinho or Tielemans. So who'd you take out of them? If it didn't matter price-wise,
Tielemans. Yeah.
Is Sells fit, lads? He's a bit of all right, isn't he? Sells? I think he's going to be all right. He was in training. He was seen, or people think he was seen in training, walking with his gloves. Yeah, we never know, but I think he's going to be all right. Right. I'm just going to check that I've got my transfers definitely set, because we've had, everyone check your transfers quickly, because we've had a few people saying like their transfers haven't gone through and stuff recently, and it's been spooking me a little bit. So all double check, make sure you're locked in. I look like I'm good to go. Refresh. Sells in goal. Lewis, Vardiol, Matty Cash, Palmer, Saka, Maddison, Foden, Kulusevski, Haaland, Salah. Armband on Haaland. Sorted yours?
Well, I mean, I have. It's saved.
You're just not sure?
I'm just not sure. It's
getting to that point where you're taking someone out that's good each time.
Yeah. I was at one point. I was thinking, do I just not do anything? It was going to be an option this week, but I do want Foden. I think City score a few goals this week. So if Haaland doesn't do it as captain, I think Foden's possibly involved. I do like Gundogan. If I could have had Gundogan as well. Tricky. I'm literally choosing between, do I have Rodgers and Pinnock, or Cash and Kulusevski? And the more I think about it,
I like Cash and Kulusevski more.
Yeah. I'd love to have Pinnock though.
You just want to have someone against Man United.
Oh, well, I've been a bit of a wind up there, but no, Pinnock's going to score the winning header now, don't you? Keep a clean sheet. But I think sensibly,
Tony praying Rashford doesn't score the goals. Just a quick one on Saka. We've not heard anything. I keep refreshing, and we've got nothing. We'll probably hear something like 1 minute past the deadline or something like that. But for me, Saka's just staying there now.
Yeah, right. I'm set. Yeah, I don't have to worry about Rashford scoring goals, mate.
Not sure if Cash definitely starts, but I mean, started the last one, and that was with Conser in the team as well. So.
Yeah. Did Cash go away for the international? Because he plays for Poland, doesn't he?
Yeah, I don't think he went away. He got dropped from the. He got dropped from the squad.
Yeah, didn't go away. So he's had full 90 minutes in what was an awful game against United. I'm looking forward to that game. It was awful, but yeah, nice easy game to ease him back in, and then a nice international break. He should be playing. Good attacking outlet as well, Matty Cash. What time are we on? 57.
Yeah,
confirmed.
So I'm just seeing there's a bit of handbags going on in the chat, but we don't get we don't see that far down. The questions come in so thick and fast that we try and answer them in order. I'll get your team sorted. We'll have to have a look at this later.
Yeah. I did like a comment there. Do you wear a life jacket in the bath?
Is that
me? No, that's from one of our listeners to another one of our listeners.
10:58. Lock them transfers in. Savinho or Tielemans out for Foden. I'd keep Savinho and take Tielemans out. I think.
Yeah,
I just think these City fixtures are looking so good. Right, should we bring our teams up? I'll quickly bring mine up. 1 minute to go. I don't think there's any point on.
Yeah,
changed asking, can we see teams? I'll bring mine up. There we land. That's me.
Douche.
Going against people's advice to get Palmer out. I value that extra transfer for next week, I think, more than the 8 to 10 points. Unless Rodgers really does haul. I had to look back and he doesn't he hasn't smashed it across a double that many times. He's not really reached double figures many times. So I think I might get away with it. Only takes a pen or something, doesn't it, from Palmer?
Yeah, that's it. It's true.
So, yeah,
and how many shots does he have on target?
That's me. So cash in for Calafiori and Palmer stays. Rodgers goes to Foden. And then the armband is on Haaland. That's me.
And myself. Share screen. There I am. We have got Martinez in goal, Lewis, Trent, Matty Cash, Kulusevski, Saka, Foden, Johnson, Havertz, Salah, and Haaland. Captain Haaland.
That looks strong.
Oh God, I think I might be. I'm gonna be sick in a minute. I think. Jesus. So yeah, team value. It should refresh now, shouldn't it?
Oh yeah, let's see how it'll update now, won't it?
Yeah, as you can see, down 0.3, Kulusevski. Who were the other one that we're looking to go down? These two. Salah 0.2 down, Haaland 0.2 down. Foden stayed the same, survived. Saka 0.3. Havertz only 0.1. Johnson 0.2. Lewis stayed the same. Trent up another 0.1. Matty Cash up 0.3. Nice little rise straight off. And Martinez up 0.3.
Cool. Matty Cash has gone up 0.3.
Yeah, nice little rise that.
He was predicted 0.2. I did have Sells in goal who was predicted to go up 0.1, but he stayed the same. I just noticed. Palmer stayed the same. I think Maddison was predicted 0.2 up and he's gone 0.1 up. Yeah, it's not bad. What's your team value?
Yeah, 58.2.
I think you're ahead of me. Cool. You're actually a whole million ahead of me. I'm 57.1 overall, which is funny. I suppose you got the big keeper in there, though, haven't you?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, got Martin sat in there, up another 0.3 to 4 mil.
Yeah. Whereas I've got my midfield and strike force looks packed, but the keeper is looking a bit shoddy.
Yeah, right. I'm going to have to shoot. Apologies. Thanks everyone for listening.
Get them buckets out.
Go and get me kids sorted out. Go and give the missus a lift. So,
worries.
Thanks everyone.
Cheers, everyone. Drop a like, subscribe. Join us for the next Dream Team Tonic pod. See you later.
See you later, guys.